That down. Let's move on to this. This past April in CinemaCon, every year at CinemaCon, they show us some wonderful stuff, some fabulous stuff. And this year, CinemaCon was no different. We had a lot of things we were really excited about, a lot of things that jumped out at us, a couple of big surprises. One of the things that was a really big, pleasant surprise to me was when they showed us a presentation for the new Edgar Wright, Glen Powell film, The Running Man. I have honestly, I've known this movie's coming, and I love Edgar Wright. I mean, I go pretty far back with Edgar. I love Edgar Wright, but if I'm being honest, it hasn't been at the top of my list, right? It's like, okay, that's coming. We'll see. It's a remake, blah, blah, blah. Which is weird because I love just about, I wasn't a huge fan of Soho, but I love just about every other Edgar Wright film. And I like Glen Powell very much. So whatever, but then there's, we're going to show you now the bit of footage for it. We're going to show you the first trailer, first sizzle, first promotion. And Rob, I think you were sitting with me at the time.
I was.
And they played it. And not the same thing I got from the Project Hail Mary trailer.
Right.
But I was stunned. I was stunned. I honestly couldn't believe it looked that good. Because I had zero expectations for it. But they made it feel far more like the original story than Arnold's movie did. It feels completely different than Arnold's movie.
Oh, yeah.
I think Josh Brolin is going to rule in this film. And I love Glen Powell from what I've seen. And I'm not a big Michael Cera guy, I got to admit. But I can't wait to see more of Michael Cera in this movie. I'm really kind of stoked to see more of him in this movie. So they dropped the trailer. It wasn't the exact same thing they showed us at CinemaCon. There's a little bit more stuff we saw in the CinemaCon presentation than was in this trailer. But I thought this was a well-presented trailer. I think this, presented itself very well as a representation of the movie. And I got to tell you, man, I have gone from really not caring much about this film to being pretty damn excited about it. Anyway, you had a chance to now reflect back on the trailer and see the trailer again. How did you feel about it?
Well, like I've told you before, The Running Man was originally released in a paperback form, written by Richard Bachman before anyone knew that was actually Stephen King.
Right.
Before he was revealed to be Stephen King. And I was already a fan of Richard Bachman's because I had read The Long Walk and then I'd gone back and read Rage. And first of all, that we're getting two Bachman books within a few months of each other is insane. But I really didn't like the Richard Dawson, Arnold Schwarzenegger movie because they didn't take the book seriously. And the book there's a movie that was made in the 60s called The 10th Victim that was directed by Elio Petri that has kind of the same that clearly King was influenced by when he wrote The Running Man. And I'm a big fan of that movie too. It looks to me like Edgar Wright totally nailed this. It just looks, and Glen Powell is the perfect.
Because I've never read the book, but you have, and you think this is very true.
Very true. I mean, look, they're playing it up, the media, so they still have that. But it was a reality TV show thing. And Coleman Domingo, he's perfect. So is Josh Brolin. I mean, you're looking at and all the tone of it. Look, Edgar Wright's been my spirit animal since this TV series they made in the UK called Spaced. And I'm such a huge fan. One day I want to meet that guy, and we'll probably shut down the bar. We will not have.
Have you never been at any of the stuff?
Dude, I've never met him. I have so much to yammer with him. I can't even. The fact that he got library music from Dawn of the Dead too, using Shaun of the Dead was amazing. But I'm a huge fan of his. This movie. First of all, it looks like he's got a certain style, directing style that he's really refined over things like Hot Fuzz and, of course, in Baby Driver.
Well, I even feel like some Scott Pilgrim vibes in this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It looks great. I mean, I can't wait to see this.
I just thought I'd throw this up. This is a really neat picture. This picture, I just shared this again. This picture is now, it just had the anniversary, the 22-year anniversary of this picture. This is me and Edgar on the very first North American screening. This is in Toronto. The very first North American, him, Simon Pegg, and Nick Frost all came over, and we had the very first screening of Shaun of the Dead in North America. And I put in the thing, I said, I look a little younger, but Edgar looks like he's just being called in from recess by teacher. Like, he looks like a kid.
Yeah,
he looks like a kid. But anyway, that was 22 years ago, last week, of that picture being taken. And since then, he's been kind enough to, he's had me, I've run the Q&A. I've been the moderator on several of his screenings, and he was kind enough to come and be on my Masters of the Web panel a few times. But so I'm clearly kind of biased for Edgar Wright.
Yeah, he's the best.
But I love the dude. I cannot wait to see this movie. And I think this trailer looks amazing. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Stitch Fix. Let's be honest, shopping is not my thing. I've wasted way too much of my time either in stores or scrolling for clothes, only to end up with stuff that doesn't fit or just, doesn't work. See, that's why I use Stitch Fix. You take a quick style quiz, your size, your vibe, your budget, and boom, you're paired with a real human stylist who curates pieces just for you. They send you a fix box with clothes actually fit for your life. Stuff you'll wear to work, on weekends, or wherever. It saves me time, helps me look great, and I never have to step foot in a store. You try everything on at home, keep what works, and send back the rest. Free shipping and returns, no subscription required. Oh, and your first fix? The try-on is totally free. So if you're tired of the endless shopping grind, this is your sign to try Stitch Fix. Seriously, it's style without the stress. Head to stitchfix.com/Campea to get $20 off your first order, and they'll waive your styling fee. That's stitchfix.com/Campea. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about the trailer for Running Man? I gotta tell you, it completely shocked me because, to your point, Rob, it is so unlike the original Arnold. I think this is going to be a much better movie, to be honest with you, than the Richard Dawson.
Oh, I think
one.
so too. I mean, I have a fondness for that movie.
Right.
But the book, the Running Man really left an impression. The book did just like The Long Walk did. And I can't believe we're getting both of them this year.
Yeah, it's exciting. So anyway, guys, whatever you guys thought about it, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.